Ok, buongiorno giovani e giovane. Questa è reazione a cose che non ci possiamo permettere. Eh, Reazione all'iPhone 17, la reazione al video di MKHD.
All right, so
Questo
by the
ragazzo è
time
pieno
you
di
watch
roba
this, I
tecnologica.
will be
Oh, perché
several
così?
days into my iPhone 17 series testing. So definitely get subscribed to see the
Capisco
full
perché lo
reviews
schermo è così.
right when they come out. They're in the works. But I always like to do each year a bit of an unboxing and like a second look at the new phones outside of the very chaotic environment that is the hands-on area at Apple Park, and answer some FAQs and do some benchmarks and get some photo samples in and just get familiar with these phones.
Vediamo.
So that's what we're gonna do. I've got the iPhone 17 Pro Max. This
Molto
is
interessante. Cos'è Pro
actually
Max?
the two
Prenderei sicuramente il Pro Max. Però soldi
terabyte,
non ce n'è,
the
quindi non prendo niente.
$2,000 most
Rimango col
expensive
mio Google
iPhone you can
Pixel
buy this year.
8.
A 17 Pro in the new blue color, so I got the two new colors.
Non sembra
The
brutto. Sembra
green 17, and
l'arancione è figo come colore.
they put the phone sideways for the air because it's the thin one. It's also the thinnest box, and I also have that air battery that
Questa
is a bit
cosa
of a
non ha
red flag, but we're
senso.
gonna look at it anyway. So
La
let's start
batteria,
with the
la
base one,
seconda batteria.
the iPhone
Capisco che
17.
la gente che all'iPhone, ho visto un bel po' di gente che ha il case con la batteria attaccata perché la batteria dell'iPhone non dura abbastanza, però quanto ti charge? Costerà tipo minimo 150 pound, euro, quello che è.
The experiences with these phones, unboxing them, is typically the same from
Che è successo all'unghio?
year to year,
Cosa è
but I do like to
successo?
just check just to make sure. This base iPhone, I really am thinking is potentially the best deal they've had in the lineup in a long time. This green color, I actually kind of really like the green. You get this like
Possiamo dire che gli iPhone senza case sono bellissimi, hanno un'estetica molto bella. Eh, Poi metti il case si rovina un po', però meglio avere un po' di bruttezza estetica che rompere lo schermo, avere graffi. È giusto,
glossy
Joe.
with the camera bump, and then the actual phone is satin, even though it's not a pro phone. So I'm loving that.
Non ci saranno più innovazioni incredibili perché Steve Jobs non c'è più, quindi l'innovazione è finita, però... Che volume così bello? Gain al massimo, boh, non lo capisco.
You do get that USB-C cable braided in the box, and then you get some paperwork. You don't get any stickers with iPhones. You know, that's the days of the past, but you still do get your you don't
cosa?
need a SIM card tray and a little bit of instructions, but that's basically it. There's nothing
Che vuol
else
dire di non
that
hai
comes
bisogno di
with
una...
these
Non
phones
si usano
anymore.
più
It's
le SIM
extremely
card
minimal.
negli
Let's
iPhone.
do the pros. The pros should be pretty similar, but I do want to look at these colors in my own lighting environment. I think the orange has proved to be the most controversial new color. I've only seen takes of people
L'arancione è
either
figo, è
hating
figo.
on it or loving it. I think I kind of like it, but I also kind of liken it to like a bright shirt. You know, it looks good on me in the moment, but
Oh,
I
è blu, guarda che
might not want to
bello.
wear it every single day.
L'arancione è pure
You know,
figo
like the
sarà
most
come
popular
colore.
car color is probably silver or black for a reason. People want a
Guarda che
black
è
or a neutral
figo.
color for their phone too.
In quanto a design, Apple sono sempre top. Non so chi è che lavora al Design Factory, però come design ci siamo. Non che me lo posso permettere perché non me lo potrò permettere fra 5 anni questo iPhone. Però se usiamo la forza della visualizzazione e visualizzo un iPhone venire da me nei prossimi giorni, se subscribate o donate, l'iPhone viene, giusto?
But Apple's not giving it to us for the Pro phones
E lo faccio io il review, non lo fa lui, lo faccio io. Volete un altro ragazzo nero che fa il review? Lo faccio io il review.
this year. So you have this really bright
Sono più bello io, giusto? Guardatevi. Beautiful.
two-tone orange. I thought it was going to be more pumpkin colored from all those leaks, but it is definitely not. It is
È
fully
figo,
orange.
è figo come
And then
colore.
you've got this blue, which is maybe the one I'm going to have
Il
to
blu è
go
più figo. Sì,
with
è più figo il blu.
because it's the closest to black. A lot of people like the silver, and that's cool,
Aspetta, non ci sono diversi colori, questi sono i colori fissi per i modelli? Non penso, che sennò è una minchiata incredibile.
just can't. I record a lot of videos of things with screens and windows like cars, and it's just too bright in the reflections, so I have to use a dark colored phone. Probably gonna end up debranding a blue Pro phone. So all
Blu
right,
è
that
meglio
leaves
sicuro.
the new one, the
Questo
ultra thin
qua,
one, which is the iPhone Air. Notably, not the iPhone 17 Air. It's the iPhone Air. At least that's the way they said in the keynote, which is interesting because people are speculating that they
iPhone
may
Air.
not refresh it every single year, which I guess logically could make sense, but I kind of think they're gonna do a new one every year.
Ah,
But this is the thinnest
sì.
box. They show it sideways on the box. Let's
Eh,
see what it actually looks like here.
sto vendo fra
It's
10
face
minuti.
up.
10 minutes.
Jeez, every time you hold it. Okay, so this is the light blue, barely blue phone.
Questo è l'iPhone
And that
Air.
is, again,
Interessante, è
just
molto
so
slim,
ridiculously thin. I think this is the third thinnest
shiny.
phone I've ever seen. I think there was the Moto
Sicuro ce n'è
Z,
più
which was
tinta,
a
però questo è
few
figo.
tenths of a millimeter thinner.
Interessante.
And then there's this one other phone, I think it was like 4 millimeters or something crazy that I never held. But this is absolutely ridiculous to see and hold
Non ha
in
senso
person.
avere un telefono nel
And
2025
let's
con
see if the packaging
una
is any
camera
different.
sola.
USB-C
Non ha
cable,
molto
like
senso.
we expected. And yeah, paperwork's the same.
Lo
Nothing
sticker
special in
dice
the
che non hai
Airbox
bisogno della
other than
SIM.
your ultra thin phone. And yeah, this is the battery. So the battery, like we saw in the keynote, was launched alongside the phone and it's designed for iPhone Air. And this is what it looks like here.
E lo puoi usare pure
This
negli altri o è
all
solo
white
per
battery.
questo?
I checked on the back, 3,149 milliamp hours, which by itself, like this, that's the size of a normal small phone's
figo,
battery.
però
And then it pops on the back of the phone, just like that. So when I say designed for
pure come
the
fa
Air,
pluff.
it's perfectly
Il
fitting
pluff è pure
underneath the
figo,
camera bump.
però boh.
And you could use it on the other phones, but it's
Oh.
not designed for them. So like it wouldn't really fit or magnetize in the right place. You'd have to, I don't know, use it sideways or something, which is probably not what you actually want to do. So yeah, definitely made for this phone. There's nothing stopping other people
Guarda che
like
figo.
Ridge
Lo
from
potevano
making really
fare,
good power banks
può
that
essere
fit on
usato
any
pure
of the
sugli
phones.
altri, che
But
senso ha?
yeah, they launched these things together. And so yeah, I will be testing battery life thoroughly to figure out exactly what we're working with here. But that's the boxes. Nothing
Molto
too
bello,
shocking
molto
here,
bello.
but
Il
there are
blu
plenty
vince
more first
sicuro.
impressions to get to. So I like to get benchmarks out of the way in these early
Vediamo
impressions videos. So
benchmark,
here's the
vediamo che
results from
benchmark è. Single, multi, 17. Qua 17 e 17 Pro. Pure il Pro è un po' più performante di quello. Ok, I guess. 16 Pro, un poco di meno, 16. Ok, cool.
the new A19 and A19 Pro versus the last generation, they take some pretty nice steps up again, especially in multi-core
Geekbench
CPU.
6-core
Last year was
GPU.
8 gigs across the board.
Vediamo A90 Pro. Perché di più? Non è lo stesso chip. Pro Max. No, non capisco. Dovrebbe essere lo stesso chip, no? Ah, ok. Ah, l'iPhone Air ha il Pro chip. Ok, ok. Vediamo. Ok,
This
cool,
year,
really
the
cool.
Pros get 12.
Let's
That's
talk
interesting. These phones
batteries.
are nearly the same dimensions, and the batteries inside are also almost the same size, less than 5% bigger. The Pro
Chi è che
phones
dura
are
di
more
più?
interesting, though, because they've reworked the insides again, and these phones are also literally thicker than last year. And they're really feeling like the most maximalist iPhones yet, and that has translated into the battery department because the Pro Max has cracked 5,000 milliamp hours for the first time, and the smaller sized Pro phone sees the biggest improvement, nearly a 20% larger battery year over year. In iPhone land, that's kind of a lot. It's worth paying attention to. And then maybe the most interesting phone, the Air. So okay, it has
Quanto
a
ha di batteria?
3,149 milliamp hour battery. It is the
Però
smallest
penso
of
che
the
c'è un
bunch, as
chip
expected.
per
But okay,
come
3,100
si dice,
milliamp hours is maybe slightly
sostenibilità.
more than we expected once you see and feel how thin this phone really is. It's about the same size as the battery from the 13 Pro. What I will say is this adds definitely more fuel to the I don't really know if I can believe anything Apple says about battery fire for me, because on the website to compare all devices, if you look at batteries, they
Eh,
rate the Air for more battery than last year's 16. They rate this for 27 hours, and they rate last year's
wow,
iPhone 16 for 22. To me,
22
that just means
hours.
the Pro chip that's in here
È
is more
molto più
efficient for
performante.
video playback. Great. But real world use is more
E
varied, and there's
camera.
way more going on with it. So I guess all that to say, sticking with this, and the shiny people on
Eh,
social media will. Who did thin better? Now, I will say they do have a lot of
va,
similarities
se
in their
volete vedervi
approaches
il
to
video,
getting.
continuate a vederlo. Se volete, potete vederlo. Lo sapete dove trovarlo. AIM HDD. Eh, e questo era l'iPhone 17. Un telefono che non potrò comprarmi nei prossimi anni. Probabilmente sarà iPhone 23 quando poi potrò comprare il 17. Però se subscribate, likeate e shareate, può essere che Apple dice: oh, questo ha bisogno di un iPhone, glielo possiamo dare gratis. Ciao. Comunque, spero che voi siete così ricchi che vi potete permettere l'iPhone e ci vediamo alla prossima puntata di Io guardo gente che fa review di cose che non mi posso permettere.